Jake Riley heads to the family garage run by his estranged brother Graham to inform him that their younger brother Philip is now possessed, just like their deceased father George was. Graham reluctantly agrees to return to the family farm after Jake reminds him of the blood oath they took with their father and shows him a phone video of Philip trying to kill him. Jake also explains the stillbirths affecting livestock since George's death, but insists they can't call the authorities to avoid questions. Graham is awakened on his first night back and discovers Philip eating a live chicken, similar to their possessed father. Philip lunges at Graham, biting a chunk of flesh from his chest. Graham and Jake manage to extract a small creature from Philip's throat and imprison it in a Tupperware container. Jake insists on chaining Philip as they did with their father until they figure out what is happening. Philip warns that he is still with us, which Graham interprets as the creature being a form of their father. Jake finds all the chickens slaughtered outside in their coop. Meanwhile, Graham notices a blinking eyeball inside the chest wound where Philip bit him. After Graham breaks into their father's old room, Jake recalls Graham strangling George to death, only for George to attack Graham while possessed. George stops only when Philip is forced to beat him to death. Confused by the memory, Jake drunkenly attacks Philip, forcing Graham to knock Jake unconscious. Leaving Jake behind, Graham takes Philip to the auto garage. Surprised to find his teenage employee Cole Nichols smoking weed there despite the shop being closed, Graham locks her in a back room to keep her from the situation. Cole secretly calls 911 despite being told not to. Paranormal activity soon engulfs the building. Brandishing a handgun, Jake arrives at the garage demanding to see Philip. Graham tells Jake they must extract and capture the creature again. He believes the creature grows in them until it's strong enough to survive on its own. After discovering Philip completely possessed, Graham and Jake chain him up. As they reconcile over their roles in their father's demise, Jake wonders whether George's death removed the affliction affecting them. With no other options, they prepare to perform a makeshift exorcism on Philip using a cross. Responding to Cole's emergency call, officers Peters and Terry arrive to investigate. After hiding Philip, Jake holds Cole at gunpoint to silence her while Graham speaks with the officers. Meanwhile, the creature escapes from Philip and transforms into a monstrous humanoid. Unable to hold them off, Peters and Terry enter the garage. The creature kills Terry. Jake uses his gun to knock out Peters, but accidentally shoots him in the foot. The three brothers confront the creature. Remembering their father's blood pact to kill him when he finally succumbed to his illness and was no longer himself, Graham shoots and kills the monster.